West, y'all.
All right, welcome to another episode of the EOTC, the Empty Out the Clip podcast. My name is Cams, and I'm here with also from the West Network and from out west, at the heart of West Auckland, Lady Smith. What's up, man?
What's up, Bob? So thanks for the intro, man. Nice. Loving it, Oos.
Yeah, man, it's good to have you back on. It's good for to come back on another week, and let's talk about what's been going on in the week that was Olympics and what's going on around in New Zealand or anything else. But let's do it, man. Let's do some shoutouts.
Sick, Oos. I got a massive list of shoutouts to drop this afternoon, man. The first one's to my beautiful niece, Oksana, Kefu over in Sydney, man. Niece has been ringing me up like random hours because she does a graveyard shift. But she's a digger. She's a excavator digger, and bro, her job just laid off like 42 people. And she told me she's been waiting for the tap because she heard that like if you've been there like a year and a half, that you might get anything over 10 grand. So I pray that you get a tap on the shoulder, babe, because it sounds like you want the tap on the shoulder to get made redundant. Another one's to my older sister Ruth and her husband Joe. As I've been sharing on the pod, my brother-in-law's been coming around to finish the roof on the sleep out outside. So he's pretty much like 90% there. He just forgot his caulking gun and the silicone that he needs. But every time he comes over, my sister always brings something over to eat, man. And yesterday she brought over some chicken soup and some long bread rolls from Mahini Bakery out of Ranui. Oh man, sister knows what to drop off on like the good mornings, eh? So I've got the rest of it inside the fridge, man. But bless her heart, man. She's just been without hesitation, just bringing her feed, and she doesn't even need to, man. She just says, "Oh, I always overcook." So I thought I'd let you and the kids have a day off cooking dinner. Another one's to a happy 40th to one of our bridal party, Joanna Smales. She turns 40 on Monday, I think, and her husband Sid. So their boys, Mason is the one who plays squash over in the UK, and he's over in Australia at the moment. But he's come of age. He's 20 this year, and he's now changed allegiance. He was playing under New Zealand, but he's now changed allegiance to Samoa, which is awesome. And unbelievable at his age. So he now becomes the ranked number 1 Samoa squash player for Samoa. So he's been obviously looked after, being paid for to go to their the events that Samoa needs a squash player. So congratulations, Mace, and happy 40th to Joanna. Another one's a happy 15th to my daughter Lauren. She turns 15 on Wednesday. And to my baby girl Kyle, she goes away to sports camp tomorrow for the greatest intermediate in the universe, HIS. You know what it is. And another happy 40th to the Oos, Will Heritage, his Mrs. Val. So my wife went to another 40th it was yesterday night out on Te Aratu, and she said she got there and just saw a whole lot of Leo cars. And I was thinking to myself, what the fuck is Leo's cars? It's a public place, man. Like, it's like, she said, oh, some crackheads freaking obviously were trying to crash the party, and the cops ended up showing up, So, so I hope Will did something better for you during the rest of the weekend, Val. Sorry to hear about your 40th. And then my last one is to all the kids coping with the cold, man. I didn't realize, like, I'm almost 40, and I realized how cold it is, like, just by walking from the car to the house. And then I look out my rear view when I'm reversing out, and I see all the kids walking to the bus stop. And it's like, man, times have changed, man, but it's a lot colder, eh? I think it's a lot colder these days than it was back in the day. Or maybe I'm just getting soft. But yeah, that wraps up the rest of my shout-outs.
Sure, man. Yeah, I just want to make a shout out to all the regular listeners of the West Network content, the 135 Footy Show, our NRL podcast that kicks off Tuesday, Wednesdays during the week, hosted by Tana and Simon and the rest of the boys. Talk about NRL news and what's going on there. Also, the Channel 135 has been hitting off every week. It's myself and Eric and Stace. We talk about the House of the Dragon TV series that's on Neon or Soho on Sky. We break down each episode. It's pretty good, man. It's one of the best episodes on TV so far. If you're into all that kind of stuff, the politics and fantasy and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, very Game of Thrones vibe. If you guys know about Game of Thrones, how popular that was when it was on, everybody's talking about it. It's sort of getting to that sort of stage now, getting into that sort of hype or vibe now. So, yeah, man, House of the Dragon, it's pretty good. So tune into Channel 135 podcast for that. Also, the our new West Sports magazine is out now. There's a bit of a Olympic Games theme, so you can go pick that up from supermarkets. It's at Kelston, Woolworths, Teletoon South Woolworths, and Pack and Save Henderson. Bro, I put them out on Thursday. So I put them out all out on Thursday night. So I'll put 50 in each of the racks, right? I'll put 50 in Pack and Save Henderson. This on Thursday night. I go there to do some shopping on Saturday night. Or Saturday morning, right? So we're talking about the end of the day, Thursday. So I'm not picking that anyone picked anything up. It's been there all day Friday, right?
Yeah.
All day Friday. I go in the morning on Saturday and they're all gone. So it's either they're getting snapped up fast, they're getting real popular, or someone's just grabbing the whole thing all at once, man. Is there like a panel beat out there? Need some papers to do his spray painting in the cars?
I like to help not, mate.
Or is it the teacher wanting some papers for their paper mache for the kids at the school? You know, like come on, man. Like I like to think that. Wow, that's the first time. Like I'm talking about 1 day, 24 hours, and it's all gone. Man, I hope no one's taking it all at once, man. I hope it's like
From which one? From which one? Do you know?
From Henderson, I can say.
I might have to have a word to the security when I go there tomorrow night or something.
I think I need to put a hidden camera in, like just facing the rack and just seeing who's gonna grab one. But nah, man. Hopefully, it's getting snapped up because they're real popular. Yeah, man. So probably have to try to find some more ads to put in so we can print more and have like 500 in there or something. Make sure it's full. Every week it's on. So yeah, man. So we got the magazine, the hard copies at those racks. It was also, you can read them online too. So you can go to our website westwestnet.com and you can read the mags on there. So yeah, man, it's out there for everyone to enjoy the read. Thanks for everyone that's chipped in to write articles for the mag, and it's been some good writing. It's been good stuff coming in. Sports, we've got a little movie review in there. I think I did a movie review on Deadpool Wolverine. We also do a little music piece in there. So I got Linda's article in there. She's one of the hosts on our music podcast, the 135 playlist. So she's got an article in there on Diana Ross, I think. Yeah, Diana Ross and Marvin Gaye. Also Joey Nanai, he's got an article at the back there on Island Time and how to manage that. So yeah, pretty good stuff in there for you to check out and hopefully get inspired too. So that's our West Sports Mag. Yeah, man, that's me for the shoutouts. How's your week been, Us?
Week was alright. Had a bit of gout on my big toe. Not so much the toe, but in the joint. The joint on my big toe. Fuck, was pretty. It's like a pain you remember, but you don't know if it's 100%. So I went with my gut and be like, nah, I'll just see if I can leave a bit early and get an appointment. But yeah, the thing with the Glendine local doctors, you got an email to get an appointment. So lucky I got my wife to email as well. And I got an appointment for Tuesday afternoon. Lucky just by God's grace, man. Like work hasn't been real busy. Yeah, I ended up going in, got some medication, got some prednisone, man, just to help get rid of that gout, the pain. Yeah, Wednesday was dead at work. It was, yeah, man, just watching the time pass real slow. Thursday was just as bad. But then work had organized drinks and temper bowling and dinner, so I passed on that because me and my wife went up north to our friend's 40th up in One Tree Point. But I've never been. But lucky because my team leader, her partner lives up north. So she was like saying to me, you better leave early because if you're trying to be home, showered, and then you want to leave and be there at a reasonable time instead of like late, you might be better leaving a bit early. So So no, it was just nice that she was like saying, yeah, you should leave really, like, because I said I'll stay till 5. And yeah, man, to my surprise, I left there for Freddy. Fuck, it took like 25 minutes. Because remember, it's Friday traffic too, 25 minutes to get home. Then once I had a guy LA, my colo was still getting ready. By the time we left, it was like probably like 7:15. So by the time I got out to Uriwa, it was about 7:20. So really, they say if you count your hour and a half from here, that's what time you should get to One Tree Point to. Now the road was wicked, because I've never really driven that time of the night up north. Went through the tunnel, the Bandurans and that. It was wicked drive, But it was good. As soon as we got there, it was like in the middle of nowhere. Hung a big ride at the big roundabout before going up Whangarei, and man, just found like a suburb, and it's quite flash. It reminded me of like a new version of Tauranga. So when we got there, fuck, it was cold, man. But it was good to arrive and see some familiar faces. Some from just up the road as well, and then some that we haven't seen for probably like going on 8 years. So the brain moved up north that long ago, and it's been that long since probably 6 years, sorry. But it's been that long since we've caught up for a good kalango and maybe a few drinks. Yeah, and then we came back home. We left north at about 12:30 and got home at about 2:15. So it was good to make use of the weekend, man. It reminded me of when I used to do my shift work, and I'd finish Friday mornings and I wouldn't sleep until Sunday. So it gave me a bit of that buzz. Yeah, and then a few hiccups yesterday morning, catching up with Tim and Daryl. Yeah, and then I was back into bed up until my brother-in-law showed up and finished off the roof, and then my sister bought lunch, and fuck, man. Honestly, on a cold day, chicken soup with the bread rolls, man, the long French stick, hurt that spot, especially because she likes to leave like big chunks of pepper in it. Yeah, and I'm like scooped it up, put it in the fridge, and it makes me want to go get like a bacon hog or like something like some type of smoked bacon bones, just to put into like a slow cook. Add another cabbage, man, if I can be gold, Might do that for tomorrow night's dinner. But yeah, that's been my week or so. How about yours? How's your week been?
Yeah, good week. It's been it's busy at work, so time's going fast, which is sometimes a good thing. Depends how you look at it. But managed to so my cousin, he bought season tickets to the Warriors game. Him and his wife are Warriors fans, and they bought the family pass. So but sometimes the wife and kids, they don't go. So managed to jump in. So we went to the game on Friday night, 8:00 at Mount Smart. It was probably the second time I went this year.
Yeah.
With them. So, and the last time I went, it was the Storm playing. So the Warriors lost, and then obviously the Warriors lost again when I came to the game on Friday against the Eels. So there must be something when I go, they lose. I'm sort of like a bad luck. Hey. But I'm lucky it's not my team, because team Manly Seagulls had a bye this week, so yeah, they're having a rest, which is good because they need to get rid of maybe some injury niggles, so it's good to have that week off and an easy automatic 2 points. But no, man, it was an interesting game, because I felt for all the Warriors fans there, because like if you go to Go Stadium to watch a Warriors game, it's the hottest show in town, man. It really is, and just the atmosphere, and just how crazy the fans are, and just the way they entertain, the fans in there. I think a lot of it's to do with the stadium itself, because it's real. The stands are close to the field, so you get that intimate kind of interaction with just like the field and just the fans and the way they sort of shoot the crowd with the cameras. So it's real good, It's real vibrant, especially when at the beginning, when they turn all the lights out and they just play it. So they turn all the lights out, they play the Chicago Bulls song, and it's like, and they have the small lights and stuff, and the flames, and so it's really cool. It's like it's funny because when the lights go dim and to go black, you can hear the ooh, like that, all the crowds go ooh, like that. So it's really cool, and you can tell the kids have fun and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think they really know how to cater for the crowd, And I'm just saying this because I'm a rugby union fan, Auckland Blues and been to many games, the Blues games at Eden Park, and the vibe's just different at Eden Park. It's not as vibrant as Go Stadium, as Mount Smart, and yeah, I just felt the energy. You feel the energy. This was a must game for the Warriors. They had to win this, but
they can't make it. I've been told. I think
apparently there has to be a miracle. Like,
is there a miracle? I hope there was.
Like, everyone has to lose by heaps of points or something. Points differential. A lot of the teams above them have to lose or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think there was a slim mathematical chance, but they had to win this game to be like to stay in it, like to win every game. And now I think they have to win every game plus wait for results. So I think that's the hard part about it. Anyway, but yeah, man, like the hype was really good. Like, I'm not a fan, but you probably try to make me a fan if you see how the crowd is, the energy of the crowd in there. But nah, man, Seagulls through and through. But when the game starts, you see the Warriors were like hard and fast. They're like hitting the line real fast. They sort of got to the Eels line about 2 or 3 times in the first 20 minutes, and they had the momentum, right? Because they're always like they were knocking on the door at the Eels line all those times, and the Eels looked like that they were gonna break. So I think 1 or 2 more times the Warriors were down on their line, they would have breaked and scored a try, but it didn't happen. After 20 minutes, the ball went the other way. So the Eels had the first opportunity to bang on the Warriors line. They scored the try straight away. So that was like a momentum kind of killer, like and I was like, oh, fuck, that's like momentum killer, man. I was like, damn, if this is not the omen for the rest of the game, it's gonna be a hard watch. And sure enough, it was, man, because the Eels just scored tries when they probably, they probably weren't supposed to score tries, So they had good defense. Their defense was on to keep the Warriors out, because it looked like the Warriors were going to score, but no, the Eels just went once and scored a try, and then went once again and scored another try. I think the score was 18-0 at one point, I think, and then the Warriors sort of came back at the end, but it was too late. But we're gonna give an Uppercut award later on. I got an honorable mention for the ground announcer, because obviously the Warriors are gonna lose, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna take a miracle for them. That scored like 3 tries in 10 minutes or 4 tries in 10 minutes. But the ground announcer was still trying to hype the crowd up. Like, people are leaving, man. People are leaving.
I saw the people walking up the stands. I saw them walking up the stands.
But I don't know, man. I don't think you can hype the crowd up to win the game if you're down by 4 tries, 10 minutes to go. I mean, you can do your best, but I don't think you can. And then it's funny because the ground announcer at the end of it all was like 5 minutes to go, and they still needed 2 tries to win it. He was like, "Oh, so everybody just make some noise. Hopefully we can have a respectful scoreline." So he sort of gave up. Too, man. So yeah, man. Sorry for the. Oh, there's also a little altercation happening in the stands. Like, there's a little thing going on behind us, like behind us and to the left on the stairs. All these security guys went trying to kick some dude out that's having a fight with another dude or something like that. So,
it's only a game, man. It's only a game.
That dude looked drunk too. So yeah, 2 securities had to both lift him up and carry him out of the stadium. It looked like. But now, man, you must be happy, man. Your Eels, I think they lost 5 in a row before this game, and
to me, the season hasn't even been for mentioning it, mate, because the boys I usually place these bits with every time we play the Warriors, they're MIA or they're in Oz. So shout outs to Korori and Daniela, because otherwise I'll be on top of these guys like a rash, like just say, hey, it's time to pay up. And yeah, all I've had to do is just comment on their stories that the Eels like the cold climate down here. So they just send me a laughing emojis, knowing that, see, if we had placed the auto bets on the start of the season, would have come into some trades of soft drinks, possibly.
Dejan Nasi, he was number 6, I think. He was in the house, and he's been there since Mitchell Moses has been injured. He had a good game. I think he's playing better than when he was at the Warriors, isn't he? I'm always fascinated about guys that leave the Warriors and go to NRL, other teams, and do better, you know?
Also, we could all write a report on everyone that's left the Warriors and how great they become, you know, and how overlooked they are at the Warriors. There's like 15 different guys read a report on like how they saw the Warriors when so-and-so came through the ranks. We would all have one similar body, one similar outlook, and how well the players are doing, man. It's just that that's it, man. We produce them, but we can't maintain. We can't keep all the talent, you know. They have to go away and come back.
Yeah, I put Dejan Nasi as one of them. I put Isaiah Papali'i, one of them. But it goes all the way back to Nigel.
Goes all the way back to even during Oliver on that as well, man. How many premierships did he win? 2. One at Manly, one at Para. Oh, one robbed at Para. One at the Panthers, one at Para, one that the Storm cheated in, and then one with Manly, yeah. Oh, that's a good example there, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, went to the game. What else did I do? Nothing much, eh? Just relax. I'm trying to write more, eh? So I'm trying to write an article a day for the website on article a day, article a week. So I'm trying to do a movie review a week for the website and a sports article a week for the website. I'm over halfway through a sports article. I'm writing about the have I told you? Have I said this last time? I'm writing about the little bit on the 1996 Manu Samoa tour of New Zealand.
No.
Yeah, it's quite interesting, eh? Like I remember that year I was 7 for my high school. That
the
year.
96 tour.
Yeah, they had a tour. Manu Samoa had a tour of New Zealand. They had 7 games.
Wow, yeah, that'll be interesting to read.
7 games. They won 4 and lost 3. It was coached by Sir Brian Williams, and it was when their sponsor was Valima and Reebok. So that was pretty big name sponsors, eh? Especially Reebok. Oh, damn, they scored that one. So do you remember the Manu Samoa, the old logo? It was rugby ball, half black, half blue, half red, and it had arms.
Yeah.
And legs. Yeah, it was when they had that logo.
That logo. Wow.
Yeah. So All Black, there was no eligibility rules that time in '96. It came out the year after, but Pat Lam was in there. I think he was only All Black in the team that year.
Is it Darren Colour in that team?
Nah, he wasn't there.
After.
Yeah, after. Yeah.
That's not Tanavilli, is it? No,
he wasn't there yet. Yeah, but no, it was interesting. It was pretty cool to find, because I didn't really I didn't intend to write about that tour. It just came up because I was trying to write about because that's what I'm kind of trying to do. I'm trying to write about the last time New South Wales Blues, Auckland Blues, and Manu Samoa, since they all wear the colour blue, when did these 3 teams win in the same year, right? So this year, obviously, because I put Manu Samoa in there because they beat Italy and Spain. Obviously, New South Wales won State of Origin and Auckland Blues won Super Rugby. When was last year that happened, right?
Yeah.
The last year that happened, these 3 teams won it was 97. When Samoa, they won the Pacific Tri-Nations Cup in 97. New South Wales won State of Origin that year and Auckland Blues won in 97. So that was the last time these 3 teams won at the same time, the same year.
It's going back some time, eh?
Yeah.
That's making me feel old, man. 96. They didn't even have smartphones then.
But interesting fact, in 96, after the tour of New Zealand, Samoa did the the international tour, the Northern Hemisphere tour in November. They beat Ireland.
Fuck.
They beat Ireland, yeah.
Can't wait to see that list, bro.
Yeah. So
I'm not gonna go Google it. I'm just wait for your article to come out and then have a good geese.
No, yeah, it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. I found a video clip of, because the other thing was that year, 96, when because Manu Samoa won Test with All Blacks that year in June, and it was Christian Cullen's debut game for the All Blacks.
Oh, true.
So you can't even find the game on YouTube, but you can find the highlights of Christian Cullen debut game, and that was the game against Manu Samoa. He scored 3 tries. Andrew Middens was first 5. Jeff Wilson was one wing, and Scott McLeod. I think Scott McLeod was his first 5A. Oh no, his second 5A.
Scott McLeod would have either played in '97. Shit, I can't remember.
Second 5.
Might have been Scott McLeod or what's his name? Mark Mayhoffler, and possibly Scott McLeod was playing centre.
So the back 3 in the All Blacks that year, that game against Manu Samoa, was John Lomu, Christian Cullen at the back, and Jeff Wilson on the other wing. That's 14.
Shit.
Yeah, so the score was 51-10. Yeah, but on Christian Cullen, his second touch of the ball, he got hit by Brian Lima. It was one of those chiropractor hits on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, man, it's interesting. It's pretty cool to go back there and try and write something interesting there. Get your point of view.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So yeah, sweet. Get down to our topics for the week. So the Olympics, man. Olympics is in full swing. I think New Zealand's won on a couple of gold, in rowing and the
first one by the sevens girls,
Yeah, the sevens girls in rugby, and then the rowing.
I tell you, man, that sevens gold fucking is probably one of the best golds to ever unfold at Olympic Games, because the competition for the sevens, the upsets came from the other pool. So obviously Australia was the favourite leading into that leg from their last HBC sevens circuit, and they got knocked out by USA, man. Like, that's got to be the hardest one to digest. Yeah, and then even the way the final played out, I was surprised. But I never doubted the girls were going to lose, though, to be honest. To come up against Canada, it's like, damn. And like, the Canadians probably played the most similar to the Kiwi girls, but just, you can't teach speed, You can't teach speed, and that's all it was, bro. It wasn't even the bounce of the ball. It's just, bro, we're just too quick. Canadians. Yeah,
there was few controversies this week, in the Olympics. We'll touch on one of them in Fia Poko of the week, or Uppercut itself award. But one was the basketball, the Sudan, was it Sudan?
South Sudan.
South Sudan.
Standing there at the halfway,
doing the wrong national anthem.
Wrong national anthem, man. Damn.
There was that one, and that's off the back of people saying, "Man, how many mistakes are there in this Olympic Games?" Because you had the controversial thing in the beginning, the opening ceremony we talked about last week with the Last Supper thing.
Yeah,
they had the South Sudan national anthem, and then the big one this week, in the women's boxing, right? In the women's boxing, so there's a boxer from Algeria. Her name is Amani Khalif.
Yeah,
and so the controversy is that a lot of people, and this is including myself, straight to the idea that, the problem with transgender women in sports and women's sports have the biggest advantage to win, and if you get the transgender in women's rugby, it's sort of like the same thing. If you get women's transgender in boxing, it's sort of like a big deal, but with this situation, it's interesting because Imani, she doesn't look like a typical woman, right? She looks like a trans. But the fact is, she was actually born a woman. So she was born with a vagina. She's actually got this thing called DSD, which is something in her genes that gives her the XY chromosome. So, yeah, man. So, because of that, throughout her boxing career, I think she's only been disqualified in one sort of event in her boxing career because of her XY gene. She's been disqualified in one, but all the rest, like, she's been in the Olympics before. She's been in tournaments, women's boxing tournaments before. She's actually lost these tournaments as well. You know, she's actually been beaten by a woman. Oh, you know, she is a woman.
Several women, eh? She's been beaten by several
Yeah.
other champions heading into
Yeah.
this particular tournament. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I've got her stats up here. So in 2018, she came 17th in women's lightweight ABA boxing championships. She got eliminated in the first round by a girl named Karina Imova. She won gold in 2021. She lost again. She lost a lightweight event in the 2020 Summer Olympics. She lost to Ireland's Kelly Harrington. She has a win-loss record in her woman category. But the interesting thing about this one, she was fighting Angela Carini from Italy. They stopped the fight after 46 seconds because Angela, she sort of stopped the fight and gave up, because she said that she got hit in the nose. She'd never been hit in the nose like that in her entire life. I don't know what that means, but she sort of the fight got disqualified. Is that right, or she just lost the fight because she gave up?
Yeah, I think from what I read, she gave up. She was it wasn't a disqualification. I think the ref said that she's not gonna fight. It's a no contest, but she loses the fight. He called it that she wasn't protecting herself, but yeah, she ended up with a broken nose. Yeah, she went on a big. She did the whole big 360. Yeah, and like if I can start on my opinion about it, I think this is one of those things that when you let the noise from the outside influence how you're gonna take something on. Like she clearly, like they've been at the same events. This is what's shocking. Is like they've been at the same events that they've obviously known. Like, hey, look, she's obviously a bit taller, might be a little bit more heavier handed, but to come up in the Olympic spirit and then fight in this particular match and then get hit and then all of a sudden play the victim card, like fuck, that's not in the spirit of the Olympics, eh? Like, because I know there's been like a number of fuck ups with like the national anthems and some of the stuff that's been staged around the Olympic village and that. But this here, like, it's probably not the politest way to sort of come with an apology after you've already said what you've said in the cameras and even off to the side of the cameras in front of this person, this lady. But it goes to show, like like this the sportsmanship, like that's the like if you're gonna be a guy about it, well, people ain't gonna remember how you lost. People are gonna remember what you said afterwards. And to me, like that's fucking that's the worst thing you can do to a sport like a gladiator sport like boxing, because the last thing you want them to do is remove the sport. You know what I mean? Because anyone who wins gold, like, and you need to look at the history of like the heavyweights and the boxers that have come from an amateur sport. They are pretty much the prime entertainment that you see within the last 5 years, like Klitschko, Usyk, Tua, Tyson, Holyfield, Floyd Mayweather. These are all the names that come from those games, like De La Hoya. So if they start doing this sort of rubbish here, it's just gonna tarnish the name of the sport, and it's probably gonna kill it. But do I agree about like the biological calling this lady because she has the men's genes? Nah, because if she's born a female, hell, she's well within her rights to compete at the sport, man. I mean, if it was a disability and it was where she was disadvantaged by heaps, well, that would qualify her for the Paralympics, man. You know what I mean? Because these people who are born with like defects such as like autism and that, and they compete in the Paralympics. Whereas this lady, if that gene was a defect, is such like, you know, like the extra chromosome with Down syndrome people, she should be competing there. But I don't think that anyone's gonna have in their right mind to jump into the boxing ring with her. Like, that's just no way that's gonna end well. But nah, just in my 5 cents, I felt like, yeah, it's as bad as what Anthony Joshua did after the Usyk fight when he went on that rant and was saying all that shit. And you know, yeah, I don't think that. To be honest, I wish her all the support, because all the shit that's gonna come back afterwards, knowing that she spat the dummy like that, because that's not the spirit of the Olympics. And then if there's gonna be stories about the Olympic Games, this has pretty much overshadowed the national anthem. To be honest, that's the way I feel, especially with the way social media is now, and the way that the men's have already come out with pictures of like Mike Tyson being in the red corner versus her, like as if she's the victim. But whereas like, nah, that's easily gonna flip on its side straight away. But yeah, man, like, it's fair competition, man. Like, it is what it is. But I don't think it needed to be outpoured like that. Like, that's quite sad, eh? Like that tarnishes the credibility of women's boxing. To be fair,
I think the other thing that's sad about it, and I'm to blame for this as well, was the public reaction straight off the bat. You know, without getting into any facts or anything, without looking into it, everybody's just going handy and saying transgender this can't go and play boxing. Look at this. Look at what the hell, when it's not even a transgender situation.
This is purely genetics, though. Right? This is purely
genetics. Because but you wouldn't know that unless you went in to do some research about it. You know. Yeah. And shout out to
what if
Bob.
It was doping, though? What if it was doping? It'd be well and for our rights to sort of say, like, nah, that's fucking wrong. But even to get it that far into a quarterfinal boxing match, like, nah, they should have been picked up ages ago.
Yeah. I was gonna say shout out to Bob, who read in the comments on the Facebook page that where she's from, Algeria. It's probably the you're not allowed transgender operations there. They're against it. You know. But the fact that she was born a woman, she was born with a vagina, but she just got the XY chromosome due to some DNA defect, right? And they already called it's a scientific thing called DNS or something like that, or DND or something like that. But the fact is that she is a woman. I think they call it cis woman or cis woman, I think, or something like that. So she is one of them. But the fact that the world just went on social media and just attacked her just straight off the bat without knowing any of this stuff, that's the disturbing part of it, you know. And because it should be simple. It's how you're born, right? Yeah. You're born with a penis, or you're born with a vagina, and then you just go from there, right? And you can judge, people shouldn't judge, but you can judge how to make things fair after that in the future, right? With all the transition stuff, all the transgender stuff, I think there is a case with how do we figure that out? How do we figure out the transgender in women's sports when it comes to testosterone levels and the fairness of that all? I think to try to figure that out, but this is not that case. Yeah. This is not the case of, because she's not transgender, So
I don't think the real society in the world's not ready for that transgender. Like, imagine there was a transgender, right? A man born a man and then has a transgender sex change, whatever, ends up looking like Paul Gallen playing in a women's rugby league team, and still has the physicality, the look of Paul Gallen. Like, that's fucking wrong. Like, that's almost like, come on now. If they end up staying the same, physically strong, and with a little less testosterone, really, but physically as powerful as what Paul Gallen is in a league team, like, that's where you start questioning, whether they need groups like their own games or whatever. Because I don't think the world's ready to digest like stuff like something big as that yet. But I mean, this is the Olympic Games, so it's just surprising. Like, even the world's already taken to social media about like how wrong this was, where it wasn't sort of wrong,
Yeah, that's right.
She was just born with this thing, and that's
And so when Angela she gave up, she actually she shouted, "This is unfair" or something like that. And she got down on her knees and started crying. Well, that indicates she was using that as an excuse, like you said before. It's an excuse. It sounds like an excuse that she got hit in the nose. Yeah. And
that's the thing. It's like the apology. If it was an outcry like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, all the way right up until now, But that didn't last long, because there was obviously someone in that corner that saw the logic and be like, you're not gonna wanna live with the consequence or what's gonna come after this. Because look at Anthony Joshua, but that was like purely the biggest example, man. Like how much do you want to like, bro, even from when Anthony Joshua got on the microphone, man, like someone should have told him, pulled the microphone lead out and just let him just silence him, right there and then. And like, this is probably worse because his journal is writing it, man, and their publishing's gonna be so hard to retract. But it's already out, the article's already coming out. Like, she's apologetic and she doesn't know how she feels now. Like, mentally, she's got to deal with all that shit now. And whether she continues to want to box, how do you know that any other boxer's going to want to fight her in case she pulls that shit on them as well, And that's the stuff that she'll have to deal with. So, good luck to her and her camp. But, yeah. If that was our boxer, bro, I'd boycott her. If that was, I've had a boxer in my stables, I'd be like, fuck her. She's going to pull out one of those bullshit, I'm a man, you're a dude card, I'm sure Isaac Peach would agree with me, right? He'd be like, fuck him, fuck her, nah. That's not in the spirit of boxing, man. Fight the best to be the best, not fucking make up excuses.
Yes, it's kind of interesting, the way the world is, and like you said, like talking about society and how we treat social media. A lot of it's social media stuff,
Yeah.
Everybody's just saying what the next guy said on social media. Like, they just scroll through and see something on social media. Oh yeah, I'll just take that as the fact, and they shout it out, when they should actually look into it and be critical about anything that comes out on social media,
Yeah.
and just go into do your own research and try to find out the truth. I know it's hard to find out the truth out there because a lot of things online are bullshit, but yeah, sometimes there's so many things out there you just don't want to bother. But now it looks like that it is true. She's not transgender. She is a female, but with this XY chromosome, that is a genetic thing that's rare, in women. So just so happens she likes the sport of boxing, and she's in the sport. So, but yeah, I think what's good about it though, that she has lost before in women's competitions. So Angela's got no excuse, man. If Natalie from Ireland can beat her in 2020, then you shouldn't say, oh, she hits my nose too hard, I'm giving up.
Bro, I'm annoyed for that corner as well, man. Like, I would hate to play that card, man. Like, fuck this, man. Why train all that time to get to the Olympics to act and lose like that? You know what I mean? Lose with your hands up. Lose with your guard up, man. Don't fucking lose by splitting the dummy and crying like that. Like, that's embarrassing, man.
If you're gonna go out guns blazing, man.
Straight up, At least throw a fucking, put in a little kick in there, or a roundhouse kick, or a low blow or some shit. Do not cry out like that, man. There's no pride in,
yeah. Just another controversy in this Paris Olympic Games. There's been a few, and it looks like even the one Eric posted up on our chat, like the cardboard beds that they've got.
Fuck France and all that greenery bullshit, bro. That's got to be the fucking most disgusting thing I've ever heard. The air conditioning, fuck. China what? And then they had the 150 mils worth of rain, and the life cat-sized rats running around the city. Oh man, fuck. Yeah, man.
So the other thing, sorry, I put up on the page was, so this is Chinese takeaway in West Auckland. They do fried chicken. It's probably in Henderson or somewhere, but they were complaining that Uber Eats is ripping them off. So they say, and they've got the receipt to prove it, that Uber Eats takes a lot of fees off of them, right? So, for example, they've got a receipt here that for 3 days, they use Uber Eats, and the sales came to a total of $820 or $819.07, right? They've purchased a package in Uber Eats which involves delivery and marketing as well. And so the deductions for that whole package reduces the amount they sell those 3 days to $84.11. Now that's from a sale of $819, right? So it's basically 90% of their sales is fees, right? Another example, right? They had 1 day of sales, which came up to $419, and with all the fees, they only got $1 out of it. So probably 99% goes to the Uber Eats fees. Now, that's not the fees just for the delivery part. They've purchased other packages in the Uber Eats thing. So they've got marketing, they've got speed of time thing, marketplace, and that's a lot. So they're complaining about that. They're complaining that what they're saying, they want their customers to stop ordering food through Uber Eats and come to the store. Okay, well, here's a good answer. Shut down Uber Eats. Or how about this one? Don't use the marketing package they've got.
Yeah. Simply remove the service, eh?
Yeah, remove those services that you probably don't need or can't afford. Yeah, man, I put a post up. I thought that it sounds like an easy fix here. And Uber Eats is just doing what it's doing. It sells convenience at a price. If you can't afford it, don't use it. There's many other ways to try to get your product out. There's Wishway Sports Magazine. You can put an ad in there for under half that price. Yeah, man. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, like just what you alluded to. Make sure. Well, first of all, make sure that there was no term with the marketing package that they bought, so they don't have to have a cancellation fee and then have to pay a monthly subscription for having it. Make sure that they are well within their rights to sort of have their services and their business removed from it. And then, maybe look into an alternative like DoorDash, or even like just doing delivery from them direct. And just paying like a 15% surcharge on whatever dishes that they're doing, instead of like trying to do like one fixed price outside of like a 5 kilometer radius of the business there. But I find it hard to read. Like, fuck, if that's what you're trading, and then the delivery pays more than what you're actually earning, fuck, that's shut down on the 5th day. It's like no point. We might as well just turn off all the lights, just pay everyone else for the half day, and just say, oh, we're actually going to save us money. Yeah, pay Uber Eats that.
I think what this article highlights also is how expensive Uber Eats is. I mean, it's expensive enough to use Uber Eats for the consumer, right? I mean, the only reason why you use Uber Eats because it's convenient. I mean, that's what they're selling, the convenience, and you got to pay the price for convenience, and sometimes it's like hurts the bank, but sometimes people don't care because they just don't want to drive out there, and they're hungry when they want something, but you pay the price, and people pay for that, and then complain later on that shit, spent too much money on Uber Eats, but
so
that's how it is.
The week is like, oh damn, like first time we were but the second and third, and then the third, fourth, fifth time you done it, you're like, what the fuck?
But we have the option to not use it. We have the option to just get in our cars and go get the food, So, we're just paying for convenience. And it's the same thing with the businesses. If it doesn't suit your budget for what you need Uber Eats to do, don't use it. Or, just use what you need. It's sort of like, when companies, they buy those FPOS packages, I think they have to pay extra for the pay waiver. That's why you see the surcharge.
The surcharge of,
because they don't want to pay that extra fee.
Yeah,
to use the pay waiver.
It's a good thing that there's other people in the market like pushing up FPOS and pay waiver, because I noticed that every time I used to go to Burger King, and I was annoyed because they weren't trying to upgrade their FPOS. Like, if you swipe for their fucking swipe it like 10 or 7 times to fucking get a card reading, but now they've got the actual nice displayed machine that's gonna read every card, and you can even put your card inside the slot, which is like, bro, and I forgot what the brand is called, but it's like finally there's a competitor. You know what I mean? Apart from like the standard FOS, where every dairy you go to and there's freaking sellotape holding the wire in on their end at the line bit where you plug it into their fucking phone line, eh? So it's a good thing, man. But even like what the banks offer too, like, you know, if you're like I was amazed when I went to that meat shop in Carson, and the guy put out a little FPOS thing out of his pocket, you know, which is pretty much hooked up to his cell phone, so you can pay like that. Yeah, nah. If it's not working, bro, it's a no-brainer. Just don't king aing and stress about it. Just cut it out of your life. Just like the fizzy drinks, man. Just cut it out of your life. You don't need it, man. You just drink water. Yeah, that's a fuck. That would have been
But I think
hard look over your books, eh? A few days, man. Shit.
yeah. So I think that's the good thing about the story is that we get to know how expensive it is to buy those packages.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, man. But
No, absolutely, yeah. Even actually driving down and go support the local. Like, you know, when we say that, like support local, not just buying online shit we go buy clothing. Support our locals by their going out to eat, you know, now and then. Like actually go out, park your car and walk down to their business and purchase it, man. Because if you see the amount of Ubers that are sitting up at takeaways or local businessmen, like you would hope that they still provide the service where you can go and buy a meal and they'll serve you face to face and put a smile on their face, right? Because you're trying to help them. Because if that's the case with Uber and you see all the Ubers ahead of every other order at a takeaways, and this place is struggling to pay the bill, well, let's hope that they wake up and they got their shit together to serve you as you walk in and emphasize the service on you, you know what I mean? Because Uber could wait. Fuck, I wouldn't try and push the Uber service up at all if it's fucking not putting money in your business's pocket.
I remember when I had the guys up at Lucky G's on Back on 5 podcast, they were saying they do the Uber Eats, but when there's heaps of people in their store, they turn the Uber Eats off because they want to serve the customer first. Because if you put the effort into jumping in your car, driving all the way to their store, you know, to them that's priority.
Yeah, so it should be, bro. So it should be,
Yeah.
man.
Where
But
the
you look
guy
at
that's
the
sitting in their
takeaways,
house doing jack shit watching TV, he can fucking wait.
It's like when you go to the BP, even, or if you go to like certain takeaways, you see all the Uber Eats and like going out first. It's like, bro, we'll be standing here for like 10 minutes. Oh, they're just filling all the Uber Eats orders. So,
Yeah, man.
you know, like,
Yeah.
common sense is gonna tell you, man, fucking, we'll see how long it goes before that's not gonna keep you fucking trading.
Yeah, you're right, man. Because I know what they're worried about. They're worried about the food getting cold. Like, bro, that's the fucking price you pay if you want to see your ass at home.
Exactly,
Wait for the car to.
Exactly, man.
Like, how many times you go drive through and you get home and your food sort of not. Your food is sort of cold by the time you get home. Everybody, right?
I'm at a point where next time I'm gonna pull up at a service station and I see the Uber Eats being served first, and what Kapow jumps out of his freaking hybrid Carvale, goes straight to the front of the line, and he walks out with 4 bags. I'm a fucking rob Kapow and the Pukios that ordered the Uber Eats ain't gonna get their food. Then I'll be like, yeah, ngale. See, explain that to your explain that to your camera why you got robbed, why and what happened.
Yeah. Shoutouts. Yeah, that's us for the topics, man. Shall we get into some Fia Poko of the week?
Yeah, bro, sure, man. Shucks, I don't know. I have no idea where some of this why my algorithm just started to follow this, but it went from trying to follow well, first of all, like some of these memes about the biological male and all that with the Algerian boxer, straight to the Olympic Games. So when it's stuck on the Olympic Games apologized after it played Sudan's national anthem for South Sudan. If you had imagine, what would they be doing for the New Zealand? Like, what's an example? Is it like us being Kiwis and then closing our eyes, putting our hands on our chest, and just to hear, Australians, oh, let us rejoice. Like, the anger in that guy's face, eh? Like, that guy there, he's just like wanting to kill someone right there and then, eh? Like, Galofai. But in the comments section, someone said these guys are stuffing a lot of things up. That's Lemos. Now that's shocking, eh? And there's a a guy I got from Insta, and he's obviously running track. So I do not know what he decides to do. He must have run maybe like a 300-meter run. Instead of finishing at the finish line, this is why this guy deserves a Fia Poko of the week. He pulls up 10 meters short. So obviously he's looked up at the lights and then at who he was racing and stopped at the wrong line. And he still lost. I don't know what you call that, instant karma or instant gaivalea, I don't know. Oops. Another one is and it's posted by your boy Jay. There's a guy at a party, man, and he thinks he's like hot shit, and he thinks to himself, oh, I might do a backflip into a swimming pool. And the sad thing is he doesn't know how to swim. And I posted this saying, man, just when I thought I'd nearly seen it all. But like the flip was mean. Like he obviously flips from the side of the pool, but like I don't know. For me, because there's so many people around, this guy didn't know how to swim, bro. And he was literally like drowning. Like that's him drowning. Like we all might be like, oh damn, that was mean. Now he doesn't know how to hit the ground. He doesn't know how to float, and he doesn't even know how to tread water. That's him drowning. And then someone tries to help him out, and then he, just like anything else, he's trying to help drown them so he can get out alive. Like what the fuck is that, man? That's gotta be like a runner for Fia Poko of the week, right? Okay, he shouldn't have even done that if you don't know how to swim. Like, literally, that looks like a 3-meter deep pool, and he's nowhere near trying to stand up tall, right? Oh my gosh. You can't make this stuff up, eh? Like, oh my gosh, I was like, what the hell? The FedEx guy. So this dude, he parks his FedEx courier in front of a house. My assumption that he would have just put it in park and pulled the handbrake up or foot brake. And then he hopped out, and then the FedEx courier starts rolling back and it hits the porch of his house, man. This lady's house. She gets out and she goes, what the fuck? Did you just hit my house? Comes and complains. Then he goes and moves his car forward. Then he tries to justify what happened. Moments later in that video clip, oh my gosh, the car rolls forward, goes across the road, and then it crashes into a parked car, man. Like, what the fuck, man? This guy... can't make this shit up, man. It's like, what the hell? So,
Shit. Yeah.
poor old Tom Hanks, who went almost fiocchied on that island for FedEx. When this bullkit can't even park a freaking car. Shit. It's gotta be shocking, man.
When FedEx hits your car, your house, then the neighbor's car.
My gosh. It's when it starts to roll, bro. Like, you gotta ask yourself, hey, it's like, what did he forget to put the brick at the front of the tire or something? That's what I was wondering.
Wouldn't the handbrake do the job?
You'd think, hey, you can't be that Valera. Like, did he leave it in neutral? Has to be. Or was it still in drive?
So when she goes back in the house, she gives her... He's already crashed into the...
Look at man.
Then it goes...
Oh my god.
Does he see it?
Well, he's gonna eventually see it. Fuck me, bro. That's the same sort of people you don't get to watch your kids on fire because of what would happen. God damn it. Oh, and then the last one was one of your favorites. And like, CFA spoke about it, man. Do not do dance entrances at Whaipai Pongas, bro. Just leave that shit to the Balangis, man. And then again, this Tongan guy, bro, forgot his arm was leanga. And oh my gosh, I don't know what he was doing. This is called the Poly Dollies, man. And oh my gosh. Can you replay that? It was like, this is why you don't try and fear Arnold Schwarzenegger, your partner as you're walking in, because you're Gaira Muli and you cannot just... Oh, nah. Seize up, that's all I can say. Seize up! Go seize up, yeah, ngale. Yeah. Don't ever... Man. I saw that and I was just thinking, fuck, that's, oh gosh. Surely one of those five is like, definitely. But I'll leave it to you, Miles, because, yeah.
Yeah, man, that's a hard one, eh? It's been shit, man. I think I'll give it to shit. Okay, I'll give it to the guy that missed the finish line.
Oh, man. What was he thinking, eh?
I mean, because you know why? Because he actually got smart to the.
The chicken was racing, eh?
Hey, he was celebrating early. He did the early celebration,
Yeah.
missed
And then
the
a
finish
number of
line,
those, man.
and then came what, fourth, third?
Yeah, he probably wanted to punch himself in the pee after that one.
So he lose. Yeah, I came across the story, in the Herald. So the headline is, "You have robbed me of my safe place. Sick prowler caught peeping on camera revealed." So before we give yourself an Uppercut award, we're going to give an award to the sick Kant of the week. And this sick Kant goes to this dude who he's got his name suppression overturned. So his name's Joshua Williams. The headline is, "Joshua Williams gets community service sentence for doing indecent act outside mum's window." So there's a video here.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's nighttime, and he's like, sort of like in front of the window, the kitchen window, and he's got his t-shirt off, and he's masturbating. He's masturbating outside the window with his t-shirt off, looking at the mum in the house. Not only that, he puts a sign and sticks it to the window, looking in, and it reads, "Hey cute, what's your name?" So they sort of videoed him, but they blurred out where he is. But you can see him with no shirt, putting his hands on the window, and then you just see him blurred out. But he's out there masturbating. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. Sick kind of the week for sure.
I think he must have thought he had like a Jason's mask on or something like that, eh? Fuck. That's why you don't play horrors to your kids, man. Too many of those opening scenes start off like that. So I'm watching someone in the shower from outside, and then they get murdered. They guts all over the screen.
So his lawyer just states that he stopped using since that happened last year. Since that happened, he stopped using drugs, and he's got a lot of mental health issues which he's going to rehab for since that time. But he's got to do community service now.
My gosh.
He's got a curfew, 18-month curfew, intensive supervision, 18-month intensive supervision with 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew. Yeah, and his name's out there. So I don't know, man. Some of these people, he's Balangi too. So
He should have just saved himself the whole hassle and just went and just lied down and covered his face and just had a foot spray. Fuck, like, why go to the extreme while doing something stupid like that? Man, he obviously did not think out the consequences of him actually going to stand outside the window.
yeah, some people are like sick, but yeah. Have you got a Uppercut Yourself award? Even with any of the stories we've said today?
Probably not an Uppercut award, but I don't have to agree with some of the people on the MDL the page. It would have to go to the organizers of the Olympic Games, eh?
Yeah.
Number one, after the two incidents with the opening ceremony, North Korea, South Korea, and then the South Sudan and also the national anthems, but then even to the boxing, like, let's save a sport like boxing because it's a gladiator sport, right? It's like the best of the best go there, the amateurs go there. We've seen the world champs and then like literally like boxing royalty come from the sport. Man, you'd think that the committee of the Paris Olympics would come to the aid of this Algerian lady, you know what I mean? Like, that's what you want to hear. So, if anything, David Tour should line all these guys up on their committee, give them a massive as little short left and right uppercut. Because it's not right, eh? Like, don't kill a sport like this, man. I'd rather see the equestrian disappear than the sport disappear at the Olympic Games, you know? Because it's an iconic sport. Man, mankind has made some mean champions over the years, man. And it probably leads me into my my memory lane of boxing too. So save the sport, man. Do not get rid of it. If anything, man, they should be like protecting the sport, man. It's nice that Junior Far came out and showed some support. And just about people just being wary of how they're using words on social media space. If it's not positive, probably don't share it, but just give your ideas of what you think should happen, you know, in terms of like this being a big issue at the games. But yeah, I think it goes to the committee, yeah. Like, get rid of the horses, mate. We get rid of the horses before you get rid of the sport.
Should we do yes, you've got shall we get into your memory lane then?
Yeah, man. So just going off the back of that boxing memory lane, I just saw a little snippet, and it's a shout out to the Manatoi Ma Leo Sweet Memories, and that's a Tongan, obviously a sports page. And it goes back to the 96 Summer Games, the Olympic Games in Atlanta, Georgia. And in USA, a former heavyweight boxer by the name, sorry, let me introduce him properly. He was, I'm not even going to say his name first. I'm going to say who he beat. So this guy, he had 24 bouts and qualified for the Olympic Games, and was considered an outsider in the super heavyweights. He was Tongan. He was a rugby player, late bloomer at 21. And he became a heavyweight superstar in his own right after he had competed at the Olympic Games. But he happened to put the Cuban Alexis, was it Rubalcaba, and he beat him in a qualifier, and he ended up fighting for the gold medal. And despite him being beaten by a overall boxer from the Ukraine, he actually went on to become a professional boxing champ, and probably never eventuated to be a world heavyweight champ, but no doubt one of the Pacific's finest boxers, and that was Bayer Wolfgram. So Bayer actually went up against Waldron Klitschko, and everyone knows the history of the Klitschko brothers and what they've done for boxing. But just amazing, eh? Just amazing that a big Tongan dude like himself could go to the games and really flew the flag, eh? Like, if there was a guy who was gonna break ground at the Olympic Games, that's why the sport is like a gladiator sport, man, and it should be remembered for people like Bayer. I never watched that as a kid in '96, but I did see the devastation that he brought to the heavyweight division in his prime as a pro. But yeah, the coolest thing that came out of his Bayer's reign for a semi-final match was the King Dabo V plead for the Tongan community and around the world to send their prayers for Bayer, so he come out unscathed. But even though he walked away with silver, that's massive, you know, for a Tongan based in Tonga, had no really real like training regime, but just came home with Tonga's first ever medal for the Olympic Games, which was boxing. So yeah, that's a huge feat for someone who never really had a massive amateur career. One of his memory lanes that I share is his fight with Jimmy Thunder, and that was one that went on. I don't know. It's memorable because I just remember it being like a slugfish. Eh? Like, these guys both dropped each other in the first 6 rounds, and I think if my memory serves me right, I think Bayer won on points. I'm not too sure. I can't quite remember. But yeah, it was some time ago. 96 is a long time ago.
Yeah,
especially with like 2024.
I remember him being one of the sort of up and coming there, like back in the days. Like, David Sewell was there as well, eh? But he was like sort of like the next one. And then I heard about the Commonwealth Games, but never really heard more of them, eh? After that, eh? Like,
yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely a memory lane. It's cool how you did that, because you sort of like talked about his career and his early days. So I was kind of figure out who you're talking about. You know, so maybe we should do our memory lanes like that. Like, pick someone, just talk about their history and see who we can.
Yes,
we can guess who it is. Like, how they do it on This Is Your Life.
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize that was Tonga's first being at the Olympic Games. Like, I can understand, like, Commonwealth and all of that, but Olympic Games, like, bro, that's massive, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if that's your family, if you're related to the Wolfgrams, man, you can. That's why protecting a sport like boxing, especially in Paris right now, like, do you not attach any like rubbish to it? You know what I mean? It's because like before UFC was out, we were always fixed to watching boxing, man. So that's why we gotta save the sport, like, you know, for viewers, for the people that watch it. Like, I know, like, Jake Paul is making all these money by fights and getting people to try and have a go at him. But like, man, you can't take away from the history of boxing, man. Like, especially like guys of the Pacific who gave it an honest go, and look what happened, you know. Like, nah, it's pretty buzzy to hear that was their first ever being at an Olympics. Because imagine like all the adopted ones they could have won. Like if like, you know, talking about like Valerie Adams and Beatrice Hamuina, like all the other ones they could have been Tongas or Samoas, you know, that New Zealand inherited.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Should we get into what have you been watching?
Yeah, bro. You wanna go first?
How's cooking with Rona going? Are they still driving around the States?
Nah, they're good, man. Like, so they set up in Texas now, in El Paso, Texas. They're like right on the border, man. Cause like, yeah, there's the dam. I know there's the dam in El Paso that really pretty much passes all the way through the state. Yeah, but they're home safe, man. They purchased some new furniture for their new place. Chef was Mimika when he shared that he's finally like, and he thanks, like, that's what I appreciate about him. He always thanks the people that support their videos, because he said he was able to buy them a dining table. Like, it was like $1,800. They got it on discount, $200. But he said, "Oh, that's from the friends and family who support the channel," and he's managed to buy his family a new dining table. So like, they set up with Emily in Texas. They bought a new lounge suite and a dining table. Yeah, they've only posted up maybe once since they've been there, but yeah. So their new Cooking with Rona and the family channel is called their Fulu Family. If you want to get at them, they got something like 40,000 followers on their Fulu Family page. But yeah, now the kids are still cooking. Chef's house, yeah, it looks like he's taking care of himself. Yeah, but I've only seen one of their posts this week. Nah, I've just been watching just Shorty, back on Shorty Buzz with my wife and watching all that. Man, there's some stuff that's happening on Shorten Street, man. It's like, but yeah, maybe looking at Shorty Poirier, trying to start one up.
Yeah, I'll be keen. Let's do a shorty potty. Maybe a week recap and
Yeah, a week
opinions.
recap. Oh, bro. I'm sure my girl was keen to jump on as long as she doesn't have to show her face. That's what she said. But just voiceover, man, because some of the stuff, some of the stuff that these guys come up with, man. And shout out to Sully Moore too, man, with some of the scripts they come through. Fuck, I was like, damn, no matter why you gotta be watching those.
No, we can do that. We can do no video, just straight audio.
Yeah.
Well, who else?
What
you
are
got
name,
some
man? I
mates
think
that
I'm
watch
the
it
only
too?
ones. Oh, nah, be just my householders.
Oh,
Maybe I
yeah.
give it a go with them, eh?
Yeah.
But yeah, man. If there was a hidden camera inside the house and you could hear my God, I'd be like, "Are you sure you go to church, lady?" Damn. But yeah, yeah, and now I've been catching up on the rugby league, just local rugby league. There's a
How the Roosters doing?
yeah. I was trying to find the results. I didn't find the result. I was looking up our ones, but yesterday I was watching Oh, was it on Friday? On Friday, I had a glimpse and watched this it's a little program, and it's of the Pepatoi under 18s, and the coach, he records their games, man, and he made like a little vlog of them going to their games and stuff, and the preseason against Northcote. So I watched that, but that back in their season, their under 16s wins their comp, and just of recent, which was just yesterday, the Mangry 18s made the final again. They won the 18s comp last year, and then they played the 16s team, which is the Pepatoi 18s this year. So they played their final yesterday, and shout out to the Pepatoi Panthers, man, who beat the Mangry East, the Hawks, in their final. Now it was good, man, because you watched the progression of the team. So they got a little vlog that they got from over the year, just, of them, and the coach is telling them discipline, man, and like, don't try and get into fights and stuff. So I'm really inspired by the Pepatoi guys, especially the coaching stuff. I think it's good, like, guys, they get back to the game like that. That's one of the stories that I think the algorithm made me watch, because We the South, I watched that the other day, That's of the Minica Rovers story that came on Sky a couple of weeks ago, but I watched it again the other day. It's a good watch, man.
I saw that on YouTube. Hey,
yeah. Shout out
I
to
didn't watch it, but I seen the cover. Yeah.
shout out to Fritz Avida and to my boy Valatoy Penny. Yeah, man, it's a good watch. Whoever put that together did it really well. Yeah, and that's how the algorithm got me watching the Peppertoy Panthers season as well. I haven't been watching much. Just been following a few people on Instagram. That's about it. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, so a couple of months ago there was if you're into Zack Snyder films, he released a couple of movies on Netflix, part 1 and part 2. Part 1 came on early this year in January, then part 2 came like a couple of months later on. Called Rebel Moon. It's like a space adventure film. He re-released them 2 days ago, but a director's cut of each. So now they're 3.5 hours each, and they're R18, because I think the first ones were PG or something like that.
Yeah.
But now the director's cut is R18, and another hour and a half longer. But he's put in, I don't know if, I think he's made it better, because I'm into all that kind of stuff. Like, but he's added a lot of CGI. Like, he's added new scenes, and he's added like a lot of graphic violence now, because now he's added a lot of blood now.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what was shown in the first film that was PG, but it's just interesting how he's got these R18 versions of his film. So the deal was for Netflix, he had this idea of doing this R18 space movie, but Netflix didn't agree to it, and they said, actually we want you to make a PG of this film. And he said, okay, I'll make a PG of this film if you let me release the R18 version after. So Netflix agreed to that, right? When this PG version came out, it got slammed. It wasn't a good film. It got slammed. It was the worst film, sort of thing. So I don't know I think this new version, the R18 version, is sort of his vision, his original vision of the film.
Yeah.
And I think it's better, because I think there's more story into it. But I think it's not that better. But it is definitely better than the PG version. But yeah, man, I've been watching that. So that's Rebel Moon, part 1 and part 2. I haven't watched part 2 yet, but I've watched part 1, director's cut. 3.5 hours both, so that's like good time of the day. Like if you were to watch two movies, that's 7 hours, man. Yeah, may as well just do a TV show, a TV series. Just cut it up into 1 hour each. Yeah, man. So yeah, man, been watching that. I was keen to go back to the movies, watch that new one that's out now, the M. Night Shyamalan movie, Trap.
Yeah.
Don't know if you've seen the trailer to that, but it's got Josh Hart in it. He goes to a concert with his young daughter. He's got a young daughter. He goes to a concert. It's like a Taylor Swift sort of concert. And there's all these like teenage girls there, but he goes as the father. But when he goes to buy some food at the food stand, he tells his daughter to wait there, and he goes to the food stand to buy some food.
Oh, then it starts.
Like he noticed there's a lot of cops in the security. There's a lot of cops there, like outside. The cops are practically surrounding the venue, and there's cops inside. And he asked the guy at the bar like to buy some food. I noticed there's cops here. What's going on? And he said, "Oh, I can't tell you, but the serial killer blah 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 is in the concert. So the cops are setting a trap for him, right?" And he goes, "Oh, true." And then he goes to the bathroom and he gets out his phone, and he turns on the phone, and there's a guy chained up on his phone. So he's the serial killer.
Oh my God.
So that's the premise of the movie. Yeah. So that's the movie.
Wow.
So it's called Trap.
It sounds like a good watch.
Yeah, it sounds interesting, eh? But then, yeah, it sounds. But I've heard it's got some bad reviews, so yeah. So
I look forward to your review
we'll
on
see.
the next Wishes Thoughts magazines.
Yeah, man. New West coming out.
We're
Oh,
gonna
it's
touch
out.
on our new drop
It's
as
out.
well.
What was it?
We're gonna touch on our new drop here, our new match drop. We're gonna
Oh, yeah, yeah.
we'll surprise one of our listeners or viewers if they enter the draw into our new little segment we got with our road rage. Ladies road rage empty out the clip. Dude, it's the
Yeah.
groundbreaking music intro there.
So we're planning a giveaway. We're gonna plan a giveaway, and you guys need to do something to win it. And we'll probably judge who's the best one is. But yeah, we'll sort it out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out what the prize is, the giveaway is, and we'll sort out what you have to do. And yeah, man, we'll either be on DM on the socials or something like that. But yeah, man, I think we'll do it. You said we'll do it end of September, eh?
Yeah, we'll
beginning of September.
Drop it on. Yeah, so I can give an example of like one thing that would do. Like for example, I get into a little bit of annoyance because people don't know the road code. So it might empty out the clip. Little road rage, little simple would be like, I hate it when I'm turning left out of my street and the car opposite me is trying to turn right out of their street, because the road code says free left turn every time, right? But it's the cars that opposite me take that right before I've even left my street. So I get annoyed. Like I'm like 0 to 100. I'm like, fucking cafe, man. And that's the top of the Channel Miltonia. So if you can give me an example like that, and we'll put it in the draw, and we'll see which one's the most annoying, and then we'll put you in the draw to win either something from NSL or from our Doko Hauji apparel, or even from the bro apparel 50 apparel. So any examples of something like that. I can give you another one. Which was, I might make this a segment, man. I have to make it a segment. Is when I'm driving along T2 Road. Now there's a T2, and the T2 times is 7 to 10, and it's when I'm in the middle lane and there's the flush median. A car's turning right, but when the flush median and the car in front of me stops and lets this car in, it's like, why you let the car in, man? There's no, this is peak hour traffic. Like, why you letting the car in? So this car will take the turn, but they can't see what's coming. In the inside lane. 9 times out of 10, man, there's always an accident, eh? And I just sit there in disbelief, man, like the fact that people were like trying to let them in, knowing that it's dangerous, So that's another example. So yeah, if you got a good example of road rage, or if you got a post for Fia Poko of the week or Uppercut person of the week, yeah, man, drop it on the DMs, or even post it on the page, the Empty Out the Clip Facebook page. And we'll draw the winner on September 1st. So yeah.
Nice. See, we already figured it out. It reminds me of my boss. He has a philosophy when it comes to letting people in there and on the road.
Yeah.
Never let anyone in, because that's why you got a traffic jam in the first place.
Yeah, straight up, eh? Yeah, man, I got heaps of streets, bro, but I'm not gonna empty my clip right here. I'm just gonna be like, wait till I hear some other nominees. Sicky, bro.
Let's get into some last words, man.
And I saw something powerful the other day, man, and shout out to my boy Falatoy, man. Like, bro, like, I'm gonna plug my Uso, man. I'm gonna plug my Uso. So he played 2 seasons out of Waiuku, won a couple of championships with them. Then he came out to Manukau, 2 seasons with them, won both seasons, Galahad Shield, and top try point scorer, The bro's down in Southland at the moment. So I remember he got a Moana Pacifica contract. He played some more for the Pacific Island Tour a year ago. Haven't messaged him in a while, but I was gonna take the opportunity to congratulate him on the success, and just holding it down. Like, I know it's hard to travel when you got young ones, but nah, bro, when you got the talent, make use of it, man. I'm just trying to find a quote he shared the other day, and it's where is it? I just can't find it. Oh, anyway, I'll steal another one from the bro Yash. So no matter how you read this, and you read it left to right, you read it right to left, and it should sum a lot of things out. So my last words is laziness kills ambition, anger kills wisdom, fear kills dreams, ego kills growth, jealousy kills peace, and doubt kills confidence. Now, if you sum that all up and read it right to left, ambition kills laziness, wisdom kills anger, dreams kill fear, growth kills ego, peace kills jealousy, and confidence kills doubt. Yeah, man, I think inspiring words like that should always be heard, and try and digest it, man. My last words is keep it real, be yourself, and don't try and be someone you're not meant just to impress someone else, Gilale, Tino La Lavia, you know what it is.
Nice, nice. Shout outs to Yash. Yeah, I just want to close out with a little stat that we shared before we jumped on the mic. So Jamie Wall, he's a writer, he's a sports writer based down in Wellington. He's a journalist and rugby writer. I think he's written a novel too about the All Blacks. But he writes articles about the All Blacks and about rugby too. So he did a post on Twitter, and his post was like saying how I can't quote it, but it was basically saying how Gaia, the All Blacks social media team is. And he put on a little example. So there's a woman rugby player that plays for the USA team. I think she's at the Olympics. Her name is Ilona Meyer, and I didn't know who she was. We didn't know who she was before this afternoon, or even with me before I read Jamie Wall's little post. But her social media followers is 2.9 million followers on Instagram. The All Blacks have 2.5 million followers. So there's a big difference. There's a 400k difference there.
National team.
For a national team, and with a brand like the All Blacks, like the biggest brand sort of with rugby in the world. So I haven't even checked the other teams. Maybe it's good to check what England has, Ireland, all those teams has, or South Africa, how many followers they have. But obviously this woman with 2.9 million followers, that we didn't know existed, and the name that's probably, I don't even know if she's, how good she is or how much she ranks in the USA team. But we're talking about the USA women's team here, right? Yeah. And just feels like I think the point of his post was, we're way behind April when it comes to social media stuff.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
But yeah, I just wanted to share that for my last words. So yeah, man, thanks for jumping on. It was good. It was a good sesh. Got some things out the way. Yeah, man, we'll be back next week and we'll talk some more. Don't forget to follow us on our website, www.westwestnet.com, and all our socials as well. Yeah, man, let's get the fuck out of here.